Don't mind me. I done had my hoodie on and everything, so it kind of got my hair all in a frenzy. But now, let me tell y'all, okay? So today we're going to be talking about loving on your children. Love them. The youth, period. Your cousins, your sister, your brother, baby, anybody. Love the youth into peace and prosperity. Love them into their greatness. You feel me? I really want to talk about this because today I had a moment, and just like I had to tell my dentist today, I have a great ability. I do have a great ability to assess myself for whatever reason. And it's not the easiest thing being your own therapist. First of all, I don't even understand how I even have that ability. And I believe it does come from me always having to deal with my trauma alone. I've never been against going outside of myself to get the help, and I mean, only when I was younger, of course, but I'm not against having a conversation about my feelings as long as I feel like a very it's a safe space. It has to be a safe space for me because I'm an analytical person. So I'm definitely going to make sure that where I'm expressing myself, where I'm having these exhortations is going to be some kind of genuine like reciprocation of love and understanding and understanding. I need someone to have a great sense of comprehension skills when I'm talking to them and things of that nature. So see what I'm saying? I'll assess myself. So now, as I said, I went to my appointment and I feel like I pretty much had time wasted, and I didn't like that. Because of where I am right now in my life, I feel like I'm planning and I'm doing all of these things right now. Like I'm over here on this phone, I'm still doing edits right now, and I'm actually going live a little earlier today because I have to be somewhere at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So I made sure that I just put the little couple of episodes of to boost on Instagram real quick instead of me having to dabble back and do it, sporadically like I normally do. I would probably like stretch it out every half an hour to an hour just to, keep it going. But today I just threw it all up there, made sure I came over here, got to you guys, and then I'm gonna go over there, finish my editing for the promos and things of that nature. We got the headphones in just in case I gotta go play with that phone and I don't want y'all to hear it. But anyways, we're gonna get into loving your kids into prosperity and greatness because I feel like it's very conducive to our purpose here in life, period. Okay? Hello there. Hello. I feel like that's something that we all need to talk about. Okay? Yeah, so back to me having my time wasted, I really didn't like that. And it's because I felt like I could have just answered those questions on the phone. I got people sitting here asking me questions. You got me in this office for like a couple of hours. I could have been handling my business. So now when I leave, I have to assess myself. I have to, get to the source of the problem. Why are you so angry about this situation? Why are because I do have underlying situations that I'm not talking about, and that requires my time. Right? So now I just feel like everything is like rushed. I have to be here, there, everywhere, And any small thing that's like throwing me off course right now is really going to be a little annoying, but I'm doing my best to have absolute like complete patience with it. Hello, y'all. Hi, hello. John, what's up? Rondell, what's up? Greg, what's up? Yeah, so I feel like I have to be like here to there everywhere. Like I have to be here with you guys, so I have to make it my business to be here early. Like we're humans. I had to have a moment with myself emotionally. I still had to go out and go help my wolves because God says so. I'm just not one to go and record the things that I do out here in these communities. It's not something that I do. So and that's because again, I told y'all I started reading my testaments and Psalms and all of that. And listen, what it says is don't be going around showing people that you helping, and you just do it because that's what you do. And I just want to say that to y'all because that's something that a lot of people need to practice now. So hello. Now I wanted to get into why I felt the need to have to assess myself. And just like I told my dentist earlier, like it's so crazy that I even have that ability, but that sometimes comes from people going through traumas and having to always have to heal themselves alone. So if I do go outside myself for the help, which I don't mind, I just have requirements. I need you to have good comprehension skills. I need you to reciprocate the energy, the love, the understanding, you know what I mean? So outside of that, I'll do it myself. And this is why we're getting into loving your kids into greatness and prosperity. It's a necessity. And so we love turtles. I'm from Turtle Island. So we need people to love their kids into peace and prosperity because they need the time to be adults when they're adults. You understand? They don't need to be worried about why they have to tackle certain emotions and things of that nature and they should have a foundation where people have set them up for greatness, and they don't feel like they always have to play catch up in their lives as adults, because sometimes that could be a little bit it could be unsettling, and it can throw you off your pivot a little bit, because now you got to play therapy. Now you have to do this and XYZ, because you didn't have the proper guidance to teach you XYZ. You didn't have that, so now you have to do that on your own. You still have to handle your business as an adult on your own. You still have to go out and tackle whatever task. Then you have to realize you're an adult too, so other people may need you, even if they don't know that they need you, or you don't know that they need you. You got to listen to what your calling is, and you got to go out there and do it, just like I had to do, even after I had my emotional time, right? And so now, when I get back and I'm assessing my situation, you a turtle too? Hello, what up? I said, why, yeah, that's the wolf. Wado. Hello. Thank you all of you for coming. I'm just flustered right now because, as I said, I had to have a moment. But yeah, see you, I don't know. And yeah, so now, boom, I get back to my building. I'm sitting here talking to myself like, hey, why you feel like this? And I'm assessing everything, of course. And now a song comes on. Now, let me tell you, all day I've been listening to everything like outside of rap, right? And I feel like every song that came on was literally like something for me. Every song that came on had a message. Every song, it was right on time. Everything lately has been like right on time. So now I get back and I'm over here just in my mood, and I'm talking to myself about the things I have to do, giving myself a moment outside. And now Champion comes on. Do y'all know that song? We are the champions, my friend. And when I tell you, for whatever reason, I started crying. I promise you, the song made me cry, because at this point, I got to pat myself on the back. I got to big myself up. I have to make sure that whatever time was just wasted, I could get that back. And I got to do this and I got to do that. And while I'm going through all of these things, you see millions of people going by you, thousands of people going by you. You just sitting in the cut, just, having a moment. And all of these things are going on. Everybody has their moment. Everybody has something going on. And I feel like at this point in time, a lot of people are distanced and isolated. So there's a lot more people patting themselves on the back and giving themselves that big push forward on their own. And that's very unfair to people, because we're in a world full of people. And we shouldn't always have to come to the internet and to always have that support system, or to have, like, we should have had people telling us how to stay afloat and how to do the things that we need to do as we got here. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your parents. We need to have more people out here guiding the youth. We need to have more people that's out here helping them to get their lives in order, so they don't feel like every day is a battlefield as an adult. Literally speaking, like, really get them into the mindsets of building their businesses early, so they don't have to feel like they're playing catch up. Get them into curricular activities, like get them into extracurricular activities, get them into things that they want to do. Find out what their hobbies are. Find out what it is that they're good at. Find out what kind of people they like to hang around, and like network them with other kids alike, like let them be creative people, and push them to be them best selves, and get them started early, get them tuitions if you feel like that's something that your family wants is college, because some people prefer homeschooling. So make sure that whatever it is that your plan is as an adult, you need to make sure that you're putting that plan forward for the youth as well. Everything that you do in this life, you have to pay it forward. So now that's another thing that motivates me to do what I have to do. I'm not alone. I'm not the only person who depends on me. Other people depend on me. Other people depend on me to show up. Other people want me to come and show up and get on these videos and start talking, because I'm pouring life into them and things of that nature. And you want to always be at your best self and your highest self when you have to show up and show out in these places for yourself and for these people. You don't want to have these underlying thoughts and these subconscious thoughts about what needs healing and these things. You shouldn't have to deal with all of that at once. And I know that that's very overwhelming for a lot of you. And if you are a person who's going through that, I'm so sorry that you're going through that. And if you're going through that alone, I got you. There's a hug right here. Feel me? Because I gotta hug myself. Real. I gotta hug myself. And I feel like that Champion song that made me cry, it was a realization that I'm a champion. You know, like whatever is going on in my life, don't, yeah, I can cry. It's okay to not be okay. You know, like it's completely okay. And I will remind y'all that any chance that I get, it's completely okay to not be okay. You feel me? But don't break. You're gonna bend. Don't break. Okay? Don't break at all. Keep that vertical. Don't lay flat for nothing and nobody. Keep that vertical. You know? So you're gonna need you. You're going to need you in this lifetime. Every single day that you wake up, every day that you go to sleep, you are going to need you. You don't know what's to come. All you know is what you've gotten through, and you need to take that and you need to apply it to your life on a daily, okay? Everything that you learn, everything that you do, take that, apply it to your life. Teach people how it is that you get through things, you know? Okay. All right, with the turtles. Hello, turtles. Now, make sure that you're always doing something that's conducive to your life. Make sure you stay on your plan so you're never playing catch up. Make sure that you are always pouring into you so that none of your problems seem like it's too overwhelming. You feel me? That's why I am grateful that I am putting things into perspective, because I'm at a point right now where it's like, yeah, I could go through that and I could still show up and handle my business. You know, I'm still going to show up and handle my business. It's not like I'm going to not go on YouTube tonight because I had to have a moment. No, I still got to come up here and do what I got to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use this. Now I got to use this for motivation. Now I have to tell the people, hey, this is how you get through this and that and the third. Like nobody told me how to do it. You understand? This is how you get up and show up for yourself every day. Like nobody told me how to do it. And I don't care if nobody told me how to do it. That doesn't mean I shouldn't pay it forward. That doesn't mean I shouldn't tell the next person how to do it, because I'd be darned if I watch somebody sit here and walk in the same footsteps as I do, and I let them just struggle like that. I can't do that. You know, I can't do that. Not to nobody in the street, especially not to the youth, to the elders. I wasn't raised that way. You know, I really wasn't. But as far as emotional support, now that's mostly something that I did lack as a youth growing up. And now I feel I always, as an adult, always have to be in wolf mode, you know? I don't really have too many moments where I could baby myself. I don't have too many times where I could sit there and just cry it out and just, I have to keep going. You have to keep going. We all have to keep going. That's just what this life is about for real. You understand? Like, there's no giving up. Every day that you go through something and you get through it, that's character building. That's another day that you can say, yo, I made it through this. And I know for a fact that if I did that, the next person could do it. I could teach the next person how to do it. The next person, come on now. Push yourself and push other people forward too. Because it keeps the world going. It keeps the world spinning. It keeps us on the pivot we need to be on. Okay? It keeps us at our highest potential and frequencies and authenticity. It keeps us there. Keep showing up for you. Keep paying it forward. Like, I don't know who needs to hear that. But, yeah, keep paying it forward. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's not going to be too many times in life where anybody's going to come and save you. It's not going to be too many times where people are going to come and say, hey, are you crying? Oh, my God. And just drop everything that they're doing because you're crying. That's not realistic. You understand? Because there's so many people going through things. So I say, that's how real it is. I almost dropped on the phone. I say, make sure that you are pouring into the youth as they should be. Because we all know the challenges of growing up. And I notice that every now and again when I do get my downtime, there may be another point of healing that I'll have to go through. There may be something else that I'll have to confront about myself. And it does help me navigate through life. It helps me navigate and understand other people's emotions. You know, it helps me to pinpoint what people are going through, or, you know, different emotions that they try to project onto me. Like, I can, self-awareness, it allows you to notice a lot of things about other people. Self-awareness is more than just awareness of self. It's awareness, period. That's why it's a compound word, you know? Now, the point of self-awareness, now that's a hot commodity right there, okay? Because not a lot of people have that. And that can stagnate growth. And you know who has that problem a lot? kids that weren't loved properly into the prosperity, into their greatness, the ones that are not listened to, the ones that don't have that outlet, so always, always pour into them, because they're the future. They're our future doctors. They're our future dentists. They're our future everything. So you have to understand, like, where we are right now as adults, we were once them. And if we were to be guided properly, if you were, I love that for you. I'm talking to the ones that weren't right now. If we were guided properly, we'd have ample time to do all of those things and be all of those things. However, now we have to show up for ourselves. So we're probably like throwing a million things on ourselves at once. And it's just like, yo, if that's you, know that you're not alone. And please keep going. This is not the end. We are the champions, my friend. Real talk. So I'm going to get up off of that conversation, off of that subject. I just really, I wanted to say that, because I'm also noticing, like I said, I had to go out there and make sure the wolves out there is okay. Because, God bless the ones that can hold their own for real. All right. And it was just like, as I'm watching them and talking to them, I'm realizing that they have some healing to do as well. Like, literally sitting there and seeing someone come to help them was so heartwarming for me. It was just like the look on their faces. It was so like childlike. It was like their eyes lit up like, oh my God, somebody coming to help me. Oh my God. That hurt me, because they were older than me. That hurt me, because it's like, why do you, you shouldn't have to feel like that, bro. You shouldn't have to feel like nobody cares about you. There's too many people in this world to feel like nobody care about you. Too many. There's going to be too many people. If you pick up that phone and you go live and you speak your emotions, know that there's going to be people who understand you, overstand you, and they're glad you showed up today, because that was them too. So there's way too many people out here for anybody to feel like they're unloved. And man, shout out to Lord Vision. And because when I tell you that song, New Year, New Blessings, no fears, no stress, when I tell you, I was singing that song the whole time. The whole time. I'm outside just walking the streets with the song on loop, and it's empowering me. It's like, yeah, this is the moment, this is the program, this is the plan, New Year, New Blessings. No L's, no stressing, no overextending. Okay? But see, now what I was doing is not overextending. It was what God told me to do. You have to do what you have to do in this world, like I said, to keep us on our pivot. The moment that you ignore what the world needs, or what the universe is for, is the moment that you have decreased our frequency. I promise you that. The moment that you got selfish and you said, nah, I'm not pouring into the world, and I'm not going to be productive today, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that, was the moment you just decreased all of our frequency. If a butterfly's wings can make an effect on the other side of the world, what do you feel as a whole person made up of every element of the universe is doing when you're making actions, when you're not acting, when a butterfly can make a simple flap of a butterfly. Think about it. And you're made up of everything that you're made up of. It don't matter if you're missing a limb. It don't matter if you have a disability, any ailments. It don't matter about none of that. You are a person. You are an entity. You are a God body. Okay? So imagine you not going out and trying to meet your fullest potential. You don't know what you could do, whose lives you could change, how you could change your own. And that is so overwhelming to think about as an adult, when you feel like time is just ticking on you. I gotta keep going. I can't stop now. I gotta keep going. If I don't stop going, I'm going, oh my God. Can't even keep snapping. Oh my God. No, you're not a robot. You're a person. You have to pour into yourself. You have to love on yourself. You have to accept love. You have to know how to love so that you can give love and receive love. You have to, hey, I'm talking to you. Am I talking to you? You have to get that love inside of you. because it's going to be the only thing that keeps you going forward. And I promise you, it's like every day has been an eye-opener for me. Every day has been teaching me that. And I promise you, the person who encouraged me to even come up here and do this for real, Doe Dash, literally, that was her message for me today. I saw her video today at the top of my notifications and I pressed it, and that was literally what she was talking about. And I'm like, yo, it's so crazy because this is what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about how, like, there's so many things that people do not speak on that it's very imperative for us to have conversations about, because a lot of people are really out here feeling like they are alone, and it's driving them into dark spaces. They're going down into those rabbit holes. They're losing themselves. They're losing their minds. They feel like, what is this for? What is that for? They're carrying past traumas. Let it go. Let that hurt go. Heal. Let that hurt go. If you cry today, let it be different tears for different fears. Have no fears. The only fear that you need to have is the Most High. Have no fears. Okay? Go out there and know that you belong here just like any and everything else. And you have to make your mark no matter. So I pray to God that y'all are out there, parents to be, all of that. I pray aunties, uncles, older cousins, I pray that y'all are out there teaching the right way, teaching properly, loving properly. Everything that you don't do is going to have an effect on the future. It's going to have an effect on those children who are going to become adults. Don't have them stagnated when you have answers. It doesn't matter if you're not sure of the answers. Y'all can learn together. You hear me? Y'all can learn together. Y'all can pick up a book together. You can go and figure out what it is that you love together. As an adult, I need y'all to understand, for those adults walking around with past traumas and they feeling like they're not healed and they don't know how to move forward and they don't know how to love their kids properly, or they don't know how to teach them this and that because they weren't taught that, you are not alone. You are not alone. Honestly, if anything, if you have children, that is exactly why they're there. They're there to teach you. They're there to continue pouring their youth into you and their light into you as you pour that light into them. It's reciprocated. They're keeping you young while you're helping them grow. They're helping you stay refreshed as you're helping them grow into what they need to be. And if y'all continue properly, man, you're a force to be reckoned with. For real. And you have to understand that it speaks volumes. Why do y'all think that we don't have empires really anymore? You don't realize that? Like, we don't really have empires anymore. There's no royals over here, at least not in the US where I am. Like, we don't have in New York where I am, you don't see castles and kings and queens, and we call each other that because we still have to pour that energy and power and belief into each other. Hello? Do you think we care that we don't live in castles? No, we know we are kings and queens, so we have to act as such. We have to act as such, because what you don't do can be detrimental to your productivity and to the youth too. And that's going to take a very great effect on our future. It is. Okay? Like I said, that's your everything. That's your doctors. That's your repairman. That's your police officer. That's your firefighter. That's all of that. You have to pour into them. Don't leave them out here to have to learn the world, learn how to take care of you when you step into these places, learn how to have to be their own person. They have to grow and teach themselves all of these things, plus take care of you while you didn't care to teach them and help them grow. Listen to me. Do that make sense? No. It's selfish. Be selfless. To have to sit there and, to sit there and actually just say, hey, you know what I don't teach or what I don't do or whatever the case may be is just, it's whatever. They'll figure it out. It's selfish. And it actually stagnates your growth as well, because that shows exactly what you're lacking. And if you would have been a little more selfless, you probably could have gotten that answer along the way. You probably could have gotten that answer through your experience of helping someone else. Who am I talking to? I don't know. Do I write this stuff down? No. No. More than likely, I'm probably not even thinking this completely through. I'm letting the words come to me and they go on to you. And today, that was something that was heavy on my heart. Yesterday, it was heavy on my heart. And literally, I saw Tieta. Do y'all know who Tieta is? Do y'all know who Tieta is? Tieta, I believe last name Mitchell. She's an artist. Okay. She be out in Vallejo with my boy LaRussell. Okay, he's not my boy for real, but in my head, I like them and I love them, and them for president, period. Now, she was just having a conversation with a younger girl who was doing her interview, and she was so amazed at how well-versed this girl is, how educated she was, and how much she knew about her endeavors and, you know, her journey. And it's like, that goes to show you right there that they are listening, they are paying attention, they are soaking everything up, yo. I be so amazed when I listen to my little cousin talk. My little cousin called me. I was shocked the first time she FaceTimed me. My little cousin Lily FaceTimes me, and I say, yo, why do you even know how to FaceTime? Because I keep in my mind, I want them to be babies forever. In my mind, well, I don't have children. So that's another thing. You know, I had to learn how to be an adult for other children through parenting myself most times. Real. That's really how I learned a lot of the things that I learned. And from other people who taught me, people in the streets. My parents did me some justice, definitely so, you know, in their own rights and in their own ways. They definitely taught me some things. However, the majority of my growth, them streets in me. God. Okay, I'm telling you. And that's not okay. Y'all need to go and pour into the youth. Make sure you are helping them become the best selves. There are 5-year-olds out here who know how to play grand pianos. Okay? There are 4-year-olds who know how to cook eggs. There are 10-year-olds who know how to be a doctor already. They can diagnose you in a heartbeat. Nope, that's not right. This looks like that. Certain, I'm sure. You know, you never know who's watching. You never know what they're soaking up. You never know who's going to be your future doctor or whoever. You don't know. You know, but one thing I can say is make sure you pouring into them. Because I'm going to tell you one thing, too, about my dentist. Like, she's a sweetheart, okay? She is a sweetheart. But, baby, honestly, because I'm older than you doesn't mean that I know more than you. I just do know common sense. And this kind of could have been avoided, especially with the conclusion and the information. Yeah, the information that I got in the conclusion of my visit, it was just like, yeah. And I noticed that people were coming to her and asking her, like, you okay? You okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. I got this. I'm good. And I'm like, yeah, she got this. She good. She was, you know. But my thing is, yeah, there was definitely some times where you could have definitely used some assistance, sis. And it's okay to take some help. It's okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's all right. You know, because that could have prevented the waste of my time, you know. So, y'all, make sure you teaching people. Don't be afraid to teach the people. Actually, another example right now. Another one of my little cousins. My little cousin, T-Money. That's my baby T-Money. That's my baby Terrence, okay? He's on his post. And he misspelled the word. And another one of his friends, I believe, came to the post and corrected it. And I looked, and I had responded to what he said in the post. And then I also said, that person has your best interest. That person has you in their best interest. Okay? Because if they came up here to correct you in the most respectful manner at that, then they care to see you win. You know, like the smallest things, the smallest of things, the minor gestures in life, I promise you, make the most major changes. Because I bet you he come out tomorrow and he spell it right. I bet you now, with the information that I gave to my dentist, I bet you now that's the first thing she says instead of the last thing, so she could avoid pissing people off. And sometimes we just have to. Now my stomach growling. I ain't eat all day, y'all. I always do this, right? I feel like I tell y'all that every time, but it's like I said, spiritually, I've been fasting too, so I'm really not surprised. Like, spiritually, God been putting me on my pivot and saying, hey, you can get what you want after you do what you need to do. You're not even hungry. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Because, who said this, yo? And I have to go back and find them because I needed that. They said, if you're eating until you're full, then you have no room for the spirit. If there's flesh and then there's spirit, if you're overly attentive to only one, then the other is not receiving what it needs. You need balance. You need balance. So if you're not hungry, don't fulfill yourself. You're already full, okay? Now what you need to do is make sure your spirit is on the same level, okay? It's on the same level as that glutton and those wants. Make sure your needs are on the same level as those wants, if not more, So, yeah, like I said, I'll write these things down. It just comes. I can ramble. We could do this all day. But at the end of the day, I just really wanted to come and touch on something that I felt like was very important, something that needed to be said, instead of me just coming up here, having a conversation, waiting for somebody to come up here and talk, and then we, ping-ponging back and forth, and I want to see and pick your brains and things of that nature. No. Today was about picking my brains, and I had to pick my brains in order for me to pour into yours. That's what today was about. Today was about me having to analyze what was going on outside in the world within me so that I could make sure that I'm paying it forward and that you could actually get what it is that you need so that you could go out there and be your best self tomorrow. That's what today was about to me. Honestly, y'all, let me get into something else. So I'm re-releasing music now, and today I re-released Hello, and I dropped it on Bandcamp, right? I didn't even get a chance to really, really promote my music, and that's okay to me. That's completely okay to me because it's going to happen. It doesn't stop the show. It's only the beginning. Every step forward is a step forward. Every step that you don't take, wasted time. And as I told you, I can't stand that right now. Don't waste my time, please. The last thing I need you doing is wasting my time. Look at me. I look like I got time to waste. Look at me. I'm up here, didn't even care to put my freaking locks back down because the people need a word right now. I'm still pretty. Who cares? We need a word right now. Okay? For real. And I still got things to do. Like I said, I got some editing to finish doing. And yeah, it's going to be a little big effects. Needed to see that right now. But that was Bigga Skills over there. And yeah, we got some things in the works that I did not talk about yet either. Y'all could get into that tomorrow, because as of tomorrow, I will be posting that to my Instagram. It's lit. Hello. I'm back outside. But nobody made me mad. Ain't nobody making me mad again. So yeah, I'm back outside. Yeah. Ain't that what you've been waiting for? Yeah. They've been waiting for me to come back and yeah, I'm coming back. But I had to have a point of isolation, and that's another reason why I felt like now I'm ready to come out and have these conversations with you all. I've done the assessment. I've done the sitting back and really analyzing what is the problem here, what is the problem there, what is keeping me from going forward, what is stagnating me, what is making me feel like I need this, what is making me feel like, and I had to get to it. It didn't matter how much time it took to get to it. That was me. That's what I needed, and that's what I did. It don't matter how much time you need to take to make sure that you are doing what you have to do for you. You take it. Because if you don't, you're going to come out here prematurely, and the world's going to crumble you. I promise you. It's going to think, oh, my God. Everything's just like, no. Take your time. Do what you have to do. Make sure that you're pouring into yourself. Make sure that you're assessing yourself. Make sure that you're doing the healing. Make sure that you're doing the work, and make sure that you're going out there and you're paying it forward, because that's what it's all about. Because like I said before, and I'll say it again, The people in the Bible was not walking around expecting to be in the Bible. The people in the Quran was not walking around expecting to be in the Quran. Huh? The people walking around, the people on hieroglyphics. All right, well, they knew they was there. They was over there doing that themselves. But like, you get what I'm saying? You know, like nobody really knew the impacts that they were going to make in this world and how much longer that would have lasted. You don't understand how powerful you are. I don't think you understand. You can really sit here, rub your hands together, and make electricity and shock something. Not my phone lighting up when I said that. Okay, you know, don't forget who you are. At the end of the day, I see a big 7 up there too. So when I tell you, pour into yourself, love on yourself, you are the champion, my friend. You are not alone. Know that you are loved. I love you. Okay, I love you. That's why I'm here. That's why I made it my business to come back here. I said, I'm not going to sit here and not come back here because I'm going through it. That is exactly what you need to do. Go up there and tell them we all going through it. Let's get through it and let's go forward. That's what God said to come here and tell y'all. You're not alone. Let's do this. Let's get it. Let's get up. Put our best foot forward. And go show ourselves exactly what it is that we could be when we are our highest selves. Don't worry about nothing else. Okay? Make sure that you are reading to oh my goodness gracious God Almighty. Life is real. Yo. We have to have this conversation, y'all. I'm sorry. We do. Another thing that we need to talk about. Please read to your children. Read to your children. Read to your children. Go over some extracurricular activities with them. Make sure that they are reading with you. Make sure that they are writing. Make sure that their comprehension skills are where they need to be, because nobody has time to have to want to deal with that as an adult either. You know, make sure that you're doing that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because of the spike in illiteracy in our people today. It is truly ridiculous. And I mean the number, not what they're going through, okay? The number is ridiculous, okay? It's really crazy out here. I need y'all to understand that we have played a major role in a lot of our downfalls. All of the abbreviations and not spelling words out completely incorrectly and watching more videos than picking up books, and all of that played a part in our demise. All of it. You have to understand, there's so many things out here that it requires your time and your energy so that we can put our best foot forwards in unison, yo, for real. You know how much harder it is to fight a battle when you have to hold people on your shoulders. You're supposed to have a team full of healthy people that can go out there and help your team get forward, go forward. You understand? Nobody has time to sit here and hold 1 million people up while they're hanging off the cliffs themselves. We all need to be able to lift each other up over that cliff and get over those hills. You know, we need to be able to do it ourselves, and we need to be able to help one another to do it so that nobody's weighing the next one down. If there's 1 million people weighing you down on the edge of the cliff, you are all going one band, one sound. And if that one person made it up at the top by themselves, then kudos to them. Kudos to them. No, I'm not saying that's not selfish. Kudos to them. Real. That mean they know how to withstand a storm for real. Okay? And it's out of their control. It's out of their hands, what nobody didn't do to make sure that they could put their best foot forward to help that team push through. If they had to swim on their goddamn own, and they had to make sure that they got over that hill on their own, and they did it, and you were holding them down, it was no thanks to you. You know? And this is real. It's not to make nobody feel bad or none of that. I hope that I'm helping people really realize what we need to be doing as individuals and as a community. You know? I had to make sure that I fought whatever energies was trying to keep me from my greatness and keep me from what it was that I was supposed to be doing, so that I could come and show up and show out for y'all and myself. I was losing myself. I was. And then I had to get to that point of isolation, and I got into that spiritual boot camp that I didn't even know was coming, okay? Next thing you know, I'm dropping poultry, and I'm dropping this and that and the third, and my life is just changing drastically. Do you know what it's like to just feel like you don't want to eat meat after eating meat for 30 years? I don't know why. I don't even know why. I just woke up like, yo, I don't want no more. Yo, I'm telling you, it was crazy. Like, I didn't want no more poultry. Like, I said, nah, I'm eating these animals. And then, like, I feel like I need a cleanse badly. Badly. Internally, I need a cleanse, and me putting carcasses in my body is not helping my cause. On top of that, I was and then it was just like, okay, now I'm getting into these trends that are detrimental to my health and things of that nature, and it's just like everything was like, stop it all. Get it all away from you, for real. Get it all away. So, yeah. It's just, yeah. Let me see. I'm over here touching stuff. I have to remove these because I already know what that's about, to be honest. And I'm just analyzing. Like I said, I'm always analyzing, y'all. Always. Always. It's one thing. I'm going to analyze. One thing I'm going to do is analyze, y'all. So, yeah, let me get all that out of here. Monitors. Yeah, so anyhow, I just wanted to have a conversation with you all. And yeah, if I rambled a little bit or whatever the case may be, then that was very much so that was supposed to happen. Okay? So that's what the conversation is all about. That's what me talking to you was all about. You feel me? Like, have a moment, sit in your thoughts, and then if you have to come back and forth and listen to something that I said or whatever the case may be, then very well do that. Do so, please. Please. You gotta stop it, rewind it, whatever, come back. You know? I didn't want to make it something that was like really brief, and it just felt like it wasn't genuine. You know, I really wanted you to feel that I really felt this today. And I really pray to God that I am helping anybody out there right now understand that they're not alone. Okay? No matter what it look like, no matter what it feel like, you're not alone. All right? And I love you again. This was definitely a good 42 minutes of rambling though. And of course I'm not going to stay on the subject talking to myself right now for this long. Because I actually am coming up here from at a different time than I normally do. I'm noticing the difference in the views and everything too, so, and that's cool, because at the end of the day, what's being done right now, it will have an effect later. What's being done right now, someone will watch later. They didn't have to watch it right now. They didn't have to show up right now. I showed up, and when they show up, we show out. That's what's going on. So I'm not looking for everybody in the world to be tapped in when I'm tapped in. I'm not looking for the world to move when I move. When I pivot doesn't mean that you have to pivot at the end of the day. My thoughts does not equate to your actions. Your thoughts don't equate to mine. So I don't want to sit here and act like, y'all all gonna be tapped in right now. But what I am, like I said, this is motivation to just show up. Do it. Why not? Somebody needs it. No matter if they running around here acting all Billy Badass and they acting all mean and they acting, man, forget all of that. People running around here with these masks on for real. A lot of people don't know how to be vulnerable. A lot of people would rather be, defensive or act like they have it all together or they know it all because of whatever reason, opposed to just being vulnerable and just literally allowing the world in and letting people know that they don't have it all together, they don't have it all figured out, and they need somebody, you feel me? And that would bring the world closer. It would make it a lot. You know what's crazy that I'm saying this right now too? Let's talk about it. I also saw red. Say this earlier, as I was outside on my way home, I literally opened my phone to go and respond to what's to come, And then when I went back to my timeline, I saw him saying that. And I said, it's so crazy how we all in this time right now. It's all, and he had said something. He said, it don't matter if you green, blue, purple, pink, red, orange. It don't matter. Make sure that you're bringing the people together for the cause. That is the point of it all. And it really is, yo. It really is. That's the point. The greater cause is the point. And even if you don't know what that means, it does not mean not to act on it. It means go figure it out. Go figure out what part of this situation you play. Like what role do you play in this journey, in this experience? What role do you play? That's what you need to figure out. I'm on unless. Okay? I'll get back to that in a second. So I'm gonna get out of here. I definitely have to tend to that other phone. One thing about me, I could run through some phones, bro. One thing about me, I could run through some phones. These is all broken, to be honest, except for like one. And then this one is the one that I'm doing my stuff on. And one thing about me, boy, for real. So I love you all, and like I said, I pray that this is helping somebody, anybody, please. Okay, be your greatest self. Love on those kids. Make sure that you setting up some tuitions for them. Make sure that you getting into whatever it is that they love to do, okay? Because they have feelings, all right? And we all remember that. Okay? You remember how much you remembered, how much they thought you wouldn't remember, but you remember, right? Yeah, don't do that to them. Okay? Go ahead. Teach. Lead. Be in the lead. It's all about the way you act. It's all about the way you act. Okay? My wolves and moon babies, it's always great talking to you. I also will have to do my clapper live in a second. I might just do radio because, as I said, I'm over here doing some edits as well, some promos, things of that nature. So I might just do a clapper radio right now. And I'm not going to stay up there for that long. Unfortunately, I'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow we can talk about some fun stuff. Honestly, and tomorrow, what time am I getting out of there tomorrow? I'll be at 8. I get out at 6 something. Yeah. All right, so I should be back home. Maybe like 9. Maybe like around this time. Maybe no, like I don't know. Yeah, maybe like 9. So I'll go live maybe like around this time again. All right. So y'all can expect for me to go live about 11:30, and I actually scheduled them to drop at 7. So that's why it's kind of off. But if you want to tap in live with me, then tap in around 11 midnight. That's going to be our times, because that's clear with my wolves and moon babies. One thing about me, that moon will power me up for real. Power me up, something crazy. It'll power me up. And then that sun just start loving on me too. And now we shining, baby. We got gems to drop. So, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all be y'all greatest selves. Y'all go out there, take care of yourself, get home safely if you're not home right now. If you're on your way to work, get to work safely. Make sure that you're pouring into yourself. If you are hungry, please go eat something and make sure that it's something that's fruitful for you. Make sure that it's something beneficial to your body. Make sure that you are not poisoning yourself out here, poisoning your mind. Okay? Make sure that you're not putting yourselves in positions to where you have to sit here and revamp your entire life as a freaking adult because you weren't taking care of yourself. All right? I love you all. It's okay to be vulnerable. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Okay? Out of here. Gotta go. She tired too.